just avoid New York City for some reason, but then you bounce and play everything around it, and it's always a good feeling. And like I said, you know, the show tonight, I feel like it's going to be a great one.
You said last night was the best show. So I mean,
I said one of.
Oh, it was one of, you're sure?
One of. Yeah.
All right, I'll have to go back and read the tweet. I'm just making sure.
I'll prove it.
Long Island will come to the party tonight, right? Long Island will represent tonight, right? You think so? Okay.
I didn't hear anything.
I was going to say, if that's how you're going to represent, that won't be very good.
There
There we go! Thank you to Nancy Cambino for the gift. Appreciate that, Nancy. So, I mean, you guys have been together. It's not been years and years, but you've been together a little while. You're still somewhat fairly new, yet you've had a huge amount of success. So, how do you attribute the success you've had for such a short time being together?
You know, I think it's one of those things where we love to play music, we love to tour, and we try to do our best to have the best time all the time. And I think the audience and the crowds out there can hear it through our music and see it in our shows, and we just want to have a blast with them. So if you come to our show, it's a party.
And I know, I mean, some of us in this room know, I'm glad that he's getting the mic because I feel like this is going to be the best story on this question. I think it's perfect. I mean, some of us know how you guys got together, but for those that don't know, would you care to tell us how this came about?
Yeah. Yes.
Cool.
So these three people right here,
Yeah.
they all knew each other from another band. I forget the name of what it was, but they played together for many years, and that band ended. And Joe had this vision of, you know, what the next thing was. He wanted to start a fun, awesome party funk band. And at that very moment, I was introduced to him, and we fell in love spiritually. And,
It really is like a romance, I've noticed.
yeah, it's like the movie Step Brothers. We do karate in the basement. But no, we all, we were at a certain point in our lives where we didn't know what was next, and then we looked at each other like dogs in the street, sniffed each other's butts, and then we realized that this is what's next, and this is our entire life, and we're going to run with it forever.
Who's the practical joker in the group? And what's the best practical joke they played?
Ooh. Joe's pretty good.
I locked Ginger out of the bus for a few minutes.
You locked her out of the bus?
Yeah, I heard her sister trying to get in the bus too. I wouldn't let her in. So.
That's not that's just cruel.
Yeah, I know.
I don't find anything funny about
This is
that.
the only time in our lives we get to have a little sister, so we get to mess with her as well.
It wasn't like in the middle of winter, was it?
It was 10 minutes ago.
10 minutes ago.
Alright, so it was, actually no, it's nice today, okay. I mean, technically it's winter, but,
You want that?
no, I'll get that later. It's okay. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. It's my vape, yes.
That's a weird place to put it.
Well, yeah.
Just a heads up.
Why don't you hold that for me, Nancy, for a second? Yeah. Who's the parent in the group? Like when things get a little too crazy, who brings it back
Jack
in?
can be kind of the chiller. He's the one that like calms us down, make sure that we're not doing anything we shouldn't be doing.
What would that be?
Which is really not
What should
much.
you be doing? You dug yourself in a hole on that one.
Well, he gets mad when we're not chilling hard, which means we're not partying or hanging.
When we were doing karate on the top of that Winnebago last
Oh yeah, he was concerned. Yeah, we did karate on top of a Winnebago, and we got kicked out of the ESPN party at the Super Bowl. Jack was
Want to tell us that story?
That's the story.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the same story.
That's it. Yeah.
I thought. Okay.
Jack was a little concerned about that.
Oh, okay. That's the reason you got kicked out.
Don't do that. Yeah, don't do karate up there.
Come down from there.
Hey, shouts to everybody on Facebook Live watching us right now, and thank you to our sponsors, College Hunks Hauling Junk and College Hunks Moving. Let's hear it for them. Hey. Now, Joe, you've done it all. I mean, you've been in a group before, then you did the solo thing, and now you're back in a group. What's been the difference going along in each of those stages of your career? And I feel like this is the most fun you've had, if not ever, in a really long time. Is that true?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's just where I'm at in my life now, and I think going through those experiences were really important. And even the solo second, because it was short-lived, it was important for me to be able to understand that being in a band was something I've always wanted to do. And I think for all of us, we're at that age where we get to go out after a show and enjoy the city and be able to experience what it is, maybe like local bars or even just hanging on the bus and having a drink and talking about the show. I think even that alone is something, obviously, when I was younger, I'm like 15, you can't necessarily do that.
Right.
Or you can, you just don't talk about it. and so now we get to be able to like sit back and enjoy those kind of moments.
What's the one thing you would say has helped you continue to evolve as artists or as a band in the short time that you guys have been together? Because you seem to always, you have a different, it's not a different sound in every song, but you seem to bring something different, a different flavor with each record, I think.
Well, I think with a lot of listeners or songs doing well, like you can kind of forget how you started out. And for us, we started out in a little club show, room smaller than this, and just having a blast. And we were supposed to do like 1 or 2 shows a night. We ended up doing like 6 or 7, and we stayed until the place kicked us out every night, and that was what it was about for us. So we don't want to ever lose that. We want to continue to keep it fun.
All right, and before we get to the listener questions, you guys can feel free to answer any of those. No, hold that, because this is about you, and something I saw that you put on your Twitter. There's a very revealing photo of you on a billboard in LA. I noticed. How awkward is it doing those photo shoots?
They're very awkward.
It is. You look comfortable. I mean,
I've only done it once, so I don't really have too much experience, but the one time I did it was a little uncomfortable.
how many people are in the room when that's done?
More than you'd expect.
More than this? Because I can't imagine being in my underwear right now in front of everybody in this room.
Try it.
She'd definitely be taking a picture. They would definitely be taking pictures, but only 2 females that would be taking pictures. Oh, can you?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's awkward. We should probably move to the next question. Let's do some listener questions here. Where is my beeper?
Oh, now that's
Okay.
a beeper.
Yeah, thank you.
You're vape.
Where's my vape? Okay. All right, so we put out a hashtag BLI Ask DNCE, and we got the first question here.
That's the future.
There was a video of you, I think, in a studio with Zed at some point, so they wanted to know if you had worked on a song with Zed, and follow up my question, any collabos we need to be aware of in the future?
We did work on a song with Zed, and it's still in the works.
Okay.
He's a pretty busy dude. We're pretty busy, but he's a really talented producer, DJ, and I think it was really just to get in the room and see what we could come up with. So it's not finished yet, but maybe you'll hear it down the road.
Is it a Zed track featuring DNCE or DNCE featuring Zed? How does that work?
I think that's kind of the beauty of music. You just get in this room with some talented musicians or writers, producers. You don't really know what it's. We don't put it like set in stone, because that puts too much pressure on it. I think to say we're making a hit song. Right. That's impossible. So you just say, let's just write a song and see what happens. It might be for a different artist. We're not sure yet.
All right, cool. Moving along here, Sabrina, if you could have any celebrity to have cake by the ocean with, who would it be?
I'm gonna have to go with Cash Me Outside. How about that?
I feel like that was gonna come up today. Yeah.
And not because of her name, but I'll go with Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Okay. Oh.
Anybody remember her?
Yeah. Was it Joan Hart? Yes,
Joan Hart,
Yeah. No, the actual character.
Yes, I do remember the character.
I would do the cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
I'm wearing him right now. James Franco.
James Franco, okay. Oh. So next, the celebrity crush question for Ginger. Let's move this along right here. What's your most fave thing to do when you visit new towns you haven't been to?
Sandra Screen Queen, what's up? Dollface, Harley. We really like to walk around. Today we had like an hour or two, so we just walked around, had lunch, and stopped in a little bakery and tried some cookies, and just those kind of experiences, things that you can't really take back, and for us, so familiar kind of little shops in towns like this that we are playing in today. So it's just cool to be able to get to know some of the local people, even maybe just the guys that are working at the venue, hear their stories, how long they've been there. I think that's always really great.
You walked around town today. Did you walk around in this garb? I mean, because you have to get noticed, right? You definitely would get noticed in that, I would think. Somebody's going to be like, what's up with this dude in his woman's dress that he's pulling off as a man?
Yeah, boy, I walk around, I'm me, the world seems to accept it,
Yeah.
make friends.
But I'm saying, do people recognize you? I mean, do people recognize you as DNCE when you're walking around the streets, or do people just let you hang and...
Yeah, I mean, I think it's different everywhere. I feel like we've been in towns sometimes where it can be a little bit crazy for us, but I think at the end of the day, we're people just walking around, enjoying and taking it all in.
How was the cookies?
Pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty good.
Oh, pretty good.
Pretty good.
I'll check them out. I don't remember the name, but it has little trays out front.
Oh, all right, okay. We've got one more question here. Please say hi for me, and tell them that I always send them so much love from Japan. Have you guys been to Japan?
Yes.
You have?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we love it there.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's awesome. We're going back in a few weeks, actually, for our music festival out there.
Nice. What's the most favorite thing about Japan?
Japan is crazy. The first time we went over there, it was we didn't know what to expect. It was our first trip, and the airport was packed with people. And they made such creative little gifts for us, and the shows were nuts, and we didn't sleep at all. We partied every night, and it was the best time of our lives. And
They're known for karaoke bars, right?
they're known for a lot of things.
Well, I was trying to keep it PG.
Well, it's a PG-13. It's
PG-13, okay. Did you do the karaoke bar when you were there?
Yeah, we did a little bit of that. We did actually have an after party with this band called End of the World. Is their name right?
Yeah.
Translates to End of the World, and we had like a really there's a clown in the band.
Oh.
Yeah, Google him.
I feel like
I'm not
that's,
making it
I
up.
feel like that's like something you might want on your set, like a clown. I feel like that's the only thing missing from your stage. Like, you want to.
So there was a lady from our record label in Japan, and she was trying to explain this Japanese band to us, and she was like, actually, they're very similar to you guys, because there's a girl in the band, and there's a clown in the band, and I was like...
And that was your response, right? You just, there was nothing to say. All right, so I'm going to make my way off here. I know MJ is going to come in and do some of your questions. I'm going to make my way out, so I guess like some applause as MJ approaches the bench here.
Okay.
Hey.
Hold on. I gotta get up there. Okay.
Hi, MJ.
God, you guys are looking at me like you can stop. Hi. All right, so a couple fan questions from these ladies. First of all, I think it was freaking awesome that you guys had a girl with curves in your toothbrush video.
Wow.
That was awesome. And Instagram is absolutely gorgeous. So.
Yeah,
We on the map! And I have a question. Did that hurt on your head?
Which part?
The tattoo.
Oh,
Not the
I thought you
shaving
meant
part,
the thinking
like-
part.
Oh, no, that.
The thinking part hurts all the time. This didn't hurt that bad. I was pretty drunk.
Then there you go.
But I believe in it.
You do.
Yeah.
Can I see it? Be cool.
Yeah. The best advice for anyone ever.
Don't ever say yeah again. Just point to your chest.
Yeah. Be here.
All
Be
right.
here in my heart. Be cool.
All right. I got it. He has this all planned out. Like, you're so deep. I like it. All right. So a couple of fan questions. Where's Samantha?
Yeah.
There she is. She wants
Hello.
to know, how do you come up with your set list for a tour? What is the process that you go through?
Great question. The process is, for us now, is we have an actual album to play. Before that, we only had 4 songs, so it was a little bit tricky to figure out what we'd play for an hour.
But it was still fun.
Thank you. We actually had a show in the Bahamas, and the set was supposed to be an hour and a half. We only had 4 songs to play, so we played like 5 or 6 cover songs, and then we were down to our last song, and they told us we have these little things we wear called in-ears, so we can hear ourselves, and we can hear the guys that we work with talk to us, and they were like, you still have like 30 minutes to spare, so we just decided to have like a dad dance-off on stage and just figure it out. But when we're rehearsals, that's when we really come up with what the show's going to be, so we just start playing the songs and learning some new songs and whatever, or say, hey, what are you guys listening to right now? Let's maybe try that cover song that we've always wanted to, and try to make it make sense for the actual show to be. We go through a lot of different set lists, so and it's fun. I mean, being a band, you can just change it up at any minute. We could say tonight we want to do something completely different, and I feel like it's always really fun to be able to flip it on its head.
Good answer? You good with that?
I'm
Okay.
good.
That's-
Very
She's like,
good.
I'm good, I'm fine. Nicole, where's Nicole? Nicole, what is your, she wants to know what your craziest fan encounter was. I feel like that has to be more than one. But.
Yeah,
I mean,
a couple.
My answer is always the same to this one until someone tops it, and that's not a challenge, but it's kind of a challenge. So one time I was going back to my tour bus, and I go in, and there was just a strange lady sitting on the couch in the front lounge.
What? Like she got on your
A
bus?
woman broke into the tour bus, and she was sitting there in silence with a stack of photographs on her lap, and she just stood up and she handed them to me, and I looked at them. I was scared for my life, but I looked at them, and it was like literally, this is not an exaggeration, like 30 studio quality photographs of her
No,
pet,
no. Oh.
Not done yet. Not done
of
yet.
her pet skunk. Riding a like pimped out skunk go-kart.
I thought you were gonna say of like you, like
No.
stalking you.
Her
Is that
skunk
what it is?
had a pimped out like skunk go-kart
No, well,
motorcycle.
I get like why? What was the point?
This was many years ago,
What did
and
you
I'm
say?
no closer to any kind of rational thought of why this could happen.
But wait, what? No, hold on. There's got to be an exchange of words here.
No.
No.
I took them and I said thank you. And I never saw her again.
All right, one
And
more.
that's all she wanted to do.
That's weird. That's honestly weird. Gabrielle.
Gabrielle, yeah.
All right. Do you have a Valentine?
That's for anybody.
Yes.
Oh my, I didn't have one. This is perfect.
Take my question. Take my dates.
Do you have a Valentine?
Break it up.
I don't. I need a Valentine.
You could be our Valentine.
Oh, thank you.
Not his though.
Not his. All right. I'm good with the 3.
All right, that's it.
Cool. Great question.
All right, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks for
Thanks,
DNCE.